dhyana. So that's the aspect I'm going to cover. So yoga has a holistic approach to life. It takes care of many different aspects, from yama, niyama, asana, pratyahara, pranayama, dharana, dhyanam, samadhi. All these different aspects are there. So we'll look at the meditation aspect today. So there are different techniques of meditation. When it comes to meditation, generally people get confused, what to practice. There are so many different techniques. So I had been fortunate to learn under many different masters, many different techniques. So many different techniques of meditation are available, and we are told sometimes to what type of technique to practice. So whatever suits you at that point of time in life, whatever appeals more to you, or whatever if you have a guru, personal guru, whatever the guru is able to give you, that will be the ideal practice of meditation at that point of time. Like, you might outgrow that technique, and a new technique might, if you are in that spiritual pursuit, automatically the path opens up. It reveals itself as we tread the path. That's how it works. So all we need to be is just open and receptive to the spiritual pursuit. So basically, when meditation means, people mean concentrating on something, just probably maybe a sound like Om, or maybe the name of a god, or even different energy centers of the body, focus on that part, or even the breath. There are so many different, at the heart center you can meditate, chanting, like that. So many different methods are there. So I would like to introduce a very safe and very powerful, very effective meditation, and you can see the results in your day-to-day life, your daily life, and you can even apply that technique at different life situations. There are different types of life situations that we might need to handle. Some situations where you are very stressed, some situations where you are emotionally very fluctuating. So all the situations, this meditation will come to our help. So to start with meditation, the posture is very important. In the beginning stage, at the learning, at the practicing stage, the posture is very important. How you sit. The Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, Sankhya Yoga, it has a mention about samam kaya shirogriva, how to keep your body erect, the head, neck, and spine erect, and the head straight, and focusing nasagre at the tip of your nostrils, just observing and meditating on the natural breath. This is the technique we are going to look at today. So why we choose the breath as an object of meditation? There are so many different objects of meditation. So breath is directly connected to our body and mind, and it's very tangible. We are able to feel the breath. It's not something we are imagining something, a God's form you are imagining and you're focusing on that, meditating on that. It's not like that. You can really feel it every moment of your, from the birth till the death, it is there. As long as the breath is there, the body and mind are connected. When the breath stops, they cannot be together anymore, they separate. Adopt the posture. Sit straight with your hands and legs crossed. So why hands and legs crossed? Why can't you stretch your legs and sit? In the crossed leg position, when your hands are also crossed, it forms an energy circuit. Your energy is not dissipated. So the whole purpose of meditation is to bring the awareness inwards, rather than distracting to the outside things. All our 5 sense organs are always open to the outside senses. Like with the eyes you see what is outside, with the ears you hear what is outside, and you smell, taste, and touch whatever is outside. But turning them within is the first step. When you close your eyes itself, your 80% of distraction is stopped. More inwards. Just simply sit with your eyes closed for a few minutes. Automatically the awareness come to oneself. You will become aware of yourself. You don't need to do anything else. The word, the phrase, but to do meditation itself is not the right thing, because when you start doing something, you're walking away from meditation. Meditation is about just completely letting go and doing nothing, just simply sitting. But all these techniques, different techniques, they're all helpful as a preparation for meditation. So observing the natural breath, it helps to sharpen the mind, the concentration, the one-pointed attention. It helps to sharpen the mind so that it can penetrate deeper within ourselves and experience the deeper levels of your consciousness. So that is the purpose of doing practicing a meditation on a daily basis. But meditation is not something that you do for 30 minutes or 1 hour a day and then you're done with it. Meditation is 24 hours. Even while you are sleeping, you can be aware. Somebody asked a master, a teacher, Master, how long should I meditate? His answer was, your lifelong. We'll do a short experiment with meditation. So Yoga Sutra, Patanjali's Yoga Sutra says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, cessation of mind is yoga. Is it possible to even stop the thoughts in your meditation? They simply arise by themselves. They stay for some time, they pass away, the new one will arise, again it stays and it passes away. And it seems like you don't have any control over it sometimes. And we try to control the thoughts during meditation, right? People make all these attempts while practicing. So we are just going to do a short experiment. What you have to do is, I will give you 1 minute. You are just going to sit with your eyes closed and focus on your breathing, on your natural breathing. You don't have to take hard breaths, like long deep breaths, not needed. Just naturally, however it is coming in and going out naturally, as it happens right now. Okay, you can all close your eyes. Start to focus on the natural breathing. Now you can gently open your eyes and come out of the meditation. Approximately maybe like 1 minute we would have sat right now. So my question is, in this 1 minute, in this 60 seconds, our intention was to focus on the breath, the natural breathing. That's what we started with. But in the 60 seconds, how many seconds your mind was totally focused on the breath without any distraction? So that's the truth, that's the control that we have over the mind, over the thoughts. They can just simply easily get distracted from your focus, right? And it can vary. The person who was able to sit for 1 second at a later point of time, you'll be able to sit probably more, and the one who got 30 seconds would be able to focus only lesser. Sometimes it all depends on each time, the situation, all those things. It can vary from person to person. Our technique is to bring your attention back to the breath. Whenever you notice that the mind has gone away from the breath, it is the nature of the mind to get distracted. The mind cannot stay focused on one thing. It's like a monkey, right? So it can easily get distracted. But it's a habit pattern that we never used to, like for the physical body, we work out, we do something, but for the mind, we haven't done anything much. And unless you work on it, it's not going to happen. So you have to practice that. You have to change that habit pattern of the mind to get distracted. Whenever it goes away, you bring it back to the breath again. And just again, continue to stay with the breath. Again, after some time, without our notice, it will suddenly slip away, right? And then again, bring it back, and keep working on this. You don't be frustrated. Maybe for like 10 minutes, you might not even know that you are not doing the meditation. You are simply thinking about something. That is fine. That is the nature of the mind. Just accept it and simply bring it back again, bring it back. And try to stay as much as possible. Try to keep your attention at least continuously for 1 minute. That is the first, target, the goal. So slowly, gradually, you'll be able to stay longer with the breath. And when you're observing the breath, what is actually happening? Can you be aware of your breath, that which already passed? Or can you observe a breath that is going to come? You cannot, right? So you have, if you're observing the breath, you're observing the breath of this very moment, this present moment. So that is the habit pattern, new habit pattern that we are creating in our mind, to be in the present moment. So the breath is just anchoring to the breath. The mind needs something to stick on, otherwise it's hard for it to stay somewhere. So that is, we have selected the device for the mind is the breath, and bringing back into the present moment. Again, the mind goes away after some time. Mind can exist only in two fields. If you observe, if you take any of your thought, it will be either of the past or of the future. You analyze any of your thought, it will be either of the past or of the future. It can never be in the present moment. It just wants to go to either past or future, which is not really there, right? It's already gone or it's yet to come. And this present moment is what is going to create your past, and this present moment is what is going to create your future. So when you are aware of your present moment, you're naturally in control of your past and future. You create your past and you create your future. But instead of staying in the present moment, when the mind wanders into the past and future, you are missing the present moment, and you are you're missing the life, right? So that is the practice of this technique. So this technique is very ancient technique, right from the time of Bhagavad Gita, like 5,000 years before it also existed, and it's still continuing, different names, different methods how to practice. Buddha actually revived this technique of meditation. He named it Anapanasati. It's the prana and apana, awareness of the breath. So we'll take just few minutes, probably like 5 minutes, to sit with the eyes closed and observe the natural breathing. And then I will conclude how to go about this practice, how to apply it in our day-to-day life, etc. So you can close your eyes. Start to become aware of the natural breathing. You do not have to take long, deep breaths, just however it comes in and goes out of the nostrils. Try to feel the breath, the touch of the breath, the cool breath coming in and the warm breath going out. Whenever the mind gets distracted, whenever the mind wanders away, and it comes to your notice, simply bring your attention back to the breath. Try to stay continuously with the breath at least for 1 minute. Breath and the breath alone. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. So I'm sure this time it was even better than last time because you already know the technique, how to practice. So this is a very safe technique. There are so different types of meditation as we discussed in the beginning. Some of them can be if you don't have proper guidance and instructions, competitive guru, it can be not safe. But this is a very safe technique. Anyone can practice anytime. No restrictions, no limitations. You can practice the awareness of the breath in the sitting posture for a particular duration. You fix your convenient time, maybe 10 minutes to start with, and then slowly you can extend it to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on availability of time. Some people think doing meditation or maybe lying down in shavasana, it's a waste of time. We can do something, some activity at that point of time. It is not the truth. The reason is if you can meditate for an hour a day, it's like adding 3 hours to the day because your efficiency will be much more. You are able to focus on what you are doing. what normal people, they're reading something, studying something. Okay, so for students also it works like that. If it takes 1 hour for you to study something, if you are a meditator, it might just take 20 minutes. You'll be more focused, and because we are developing this new habit pattern of bringing it to the present moment and staying with it, and it becomes a second nature of ours. Automatically, automatically the mind comes to the present moment, because we are giving that training to the mind. There's so many benefits. It can stabilize your emotions, mental stability. uh, Gita says, samatvam yogam uchyate, the equanimity of the mind. And do not underestimate this technique. It can take you to 8 levels, samadhi stages. The ultimate, 8 samadhi stages it can take you. This very simple technique. It's a very powerful, and you can try it out, and you will start to see results right from the first day, how it influences. Normally we used to sit in situations, some situations, if you used to react with anger, or some different emotions which we don't want really. So after getting angry, saying out something or acting out something, later on we think, okay, I should not have told that, I should not have done that. But if you're a meditator, it doesn't happen. You don't react like that, because you are aware. If you're aware, awareness is a very powerful tool. It's like a torchlight. When the light comes, the darkness has to dispel. So all the negativities will be eliminated, will be eradicated from the system, just by watching, just by observing with our conscious mind. All the negativities will lose power, all the positivities will gain power if you are aware. I'll tell a short example. If you are happy for some reason and you share the happiness with someone, with your intimate friends, the happiness increases. If you're sad for some reason, something happened, some incident, and you are very sad, and if you share it with very intimate people, what happens, the sadness decreases. So if you take happiness as something positive and sadness as something negative, by sharing, the happiness increase, the sadness decrease. How this happen? The act is the same. You are sharing with someone. If you have to share something within yourself with another person, first it has to come to our own conscious mind. So that's what is happening when you're sharing. The other person is just an excuse. It can be even a stone, it can be the god, or anybody. It doesn't matter. It has to come to our conscious mind. That is what is happening in the meditation. Everything is surfacing into your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is expanding more and more to the subconscious and unconscious levels, eradicating all the darkness, all the ignorance, those are the defilements which are leading to misery. But when the light falls within, you are less and less miserable, and you are more and more liberated from all these defilements. And that is, moksha, moha kshayam. The liberation is that's what. So meditation, make meditation a part of your daily life, in everything, anything and everything that you do. Morning brushing the teeth can be a meditation. Having your breakfast can be a meditation. Just simply walking can be a meditation. You can still be aware of your breath while you're walking. The more and more you practice, it becomes a second nature. You don't need to do anything particularly for that. It's a very powerful technique, and hope you all benefit out of it, and the session was useful for you. Thank you very much for listening.